I had wondered when this guy might be around. He's been around every year, or somebody has been around every year. So here he comes. Can you see him? You can probably hear him. Little paraglider. There he goes, riding off into the sunset. We're going to catch a glimpse of the Beaver moon as it rises over the east of the mountains. This is the closest, what I read, the closest the moon will be to Earth this year. So it's a pretty big moon right now, and it's amazing how as it goes up, it gets smaller and smaller, but when it first comes up, it looks massive. But it's kind of interesting, but it's bright. You come out here at night, midnight, 1, 2, 3 in the morning, which I have, and you can see everywhere across the desert. It is so bright out here. But that is the Beaver Moon 2025. You know, sometimes I like to base my videos off of some comments or questions I may get. It kind of helps me get things out of here whenever you're kind of running to a spot where you're not doing much. And out of the desert, I don't do a whole lot besides just kind of hang around. But one of the questions was from a viewers, and it's been several months ago. And it was, how or why did you name this big green monstrosity of metal and fiberglass and other things Walden? Well, this is a good question. So I'll make this video kind of short, and we're going to say Walden. The bus is Walden. I didn't have, at that time, any inclination of putting anything above, like you may see on buses, like above the window where it says Walden or whatever the name of the bus is. So at that time when I did it, because I didn't know how long it was be on the road, whether I would like to be on the road, did I want to spend the money on it? Did I want to advertise? And I came to the conclusion, no, I think I'll just leave it blank. So that's why. But my bus is called Walden, and it's one of the reasons why is this, after this book. A good friend of mine back in Arkansas gave me this book before I got on the road, and I'm not a big book reader. So you either one of those, either read it and get involved into it, or you just put it on the side and forget about the whole thing. I got into this book and I read the whole thing in a matter of days. As a matter of fact, this color green is the actual paint swath of the color of the bus. Of course, the bus is faded a little bit now, but I use it as my bookmark. So it kind of goes twofold. I got a big green book. I got my green Walden paint chip as my bookmark. Well, that's kind of the reason why I named it Walden, because if you don't know the story of Walden, if you read it, just a real short note on it, it was set back in the 1850s around the Boston area. And Henry David Thoreau was kind of a reclusive, and didn't really care for people and wanted to be out on his own and be away from everything and experience life and the whole 9 yards. And once I got into that, I realized when I started reading it, going like, wow, that reflects a lot on what I'm feeling. I kind of want to get out, get away from things, you know, leave your friends and your family and your worries and your troubles behind, but sometimes you can't always leave those behind, and get out and experience new things. So I did. And even after I was reading this, when I was reading it, since it was based in that area around the Boston area, is when he started naming a couple of the towns that were in the area, I recognize those. My mom was born in one of those towns. We're raised in one of those towns in Massachusetts. So I'm like, hey, I know that town. And yeah, I I've been there once 50 plus years ago, but my goal is at one point to get back up to the Northeast and see if I can find Walden Pond. I know it's in that area of Massachusetts, easy to find, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's the reason why I named my bus Walden, was off this book. And once I read it, it struck a chord with me, and I thought, that's what I want to be. So Walden is here in the big green bus. So we'll say thanks for watching, everybody. And we see you guys on around the campsite and around the desert. So enjoy the full moon. Yeah, the beauty of this place is you have the full moon on one side and you have a sunset on the other of the mountains.